Yeah, but for primary sources only. And we fight selection bias by only adding something if we can add all of that type. And we fight recency bias by only adding something if it has at least 20 years of history. So for right now, the only thing that we add are the United States presidential debates, because we can fight selection bias by adding every single debate, because there's only been so many. And we've been doing them since 1960, so it's this rich history. So when you search, there's no algorithm besides just a simple find, search, replace. So if you search kazoo, nothing comes up because no one's ever said kazoo. If you search Second Amendment, you get some results. So 1960 was the first debate. We didn't have any for 16 years until 76 when they started again. So nobody said Second Amendment for this whole time span until a little bit in 2004, 2012, and then a lot in 2016. For any of these, if you click the play button...
But what I'm asking you, sir, is do you want to see the court overturn? You just said you want to see the court protect the Second Amendment. Do you want to see the court overturn?
So you can play it. If you hit share, then you get a URL which embeds friendly on social media. So we have a brand new Twitter account at MyTake.org. So if we tweet this link that we got from here, the preview text is the transcript that was highlighted. So we'll tweet this, and if other people click this link, it takes them to the full debate. So you can always see the full context to see, like, is this fair, is it taken out of context? So like in this case, the moderator asked a question, and so it's natural, like, well, what was the answer? So if you highlight it and you hit play, it's going to play.
If we put another 2 or perhaps 3 justices on, that's really what's going to be will happen, and that'll happen automatically, in my opinion, because I am putting pro-life justices on the court. I will say this: it will go back.
And so that changed the URL. So now I can tweet that URL, the new one, and it's that part of the transcript. So what's nice about this is people tweet a lot about politics, and Facebook about politics, but you always get little snippets, and you get it through the lens of this or that editorialist. So we're taking the primary sources and trying to make them visually appealing enough to hold their own on social media. So that's the gist of it. As far as technical background, the site is totally open source. The source is all on GitHub, but also the content, the facts that we're rendering are open source on GitHub. So right here is a link to the Git repository, which holds the transcripts, the word timing, but most importantly, the inclusion criteria. So this fact set contains every televised United States presidential debate. This fact set does not contain any vice presidential debates, although we plan to add them in the future. So you can see what is and isn't included and why, to fight the selection bias problem, and try to build a shared fact universe between different people. So what I'm going to do next is, we haven't added the 2020 debates yet, so I'm going to do that live up next.